When you meet me, I'm Rosie Cakes. When I speak and I put shit out there, I'm Ophelia Skull Candy. And when I spit, I'm Blair Bars.
So I'm Miss JD, and I am the host of Beats, Rhymes, and Life, a hip-hop show focused on Boston's hip-hop community.
I'm a DJ. I go by Leah V and/or Leah McFly.
Beats, Rhymes, and Life is what's really cool about it. It's the journalistic approach we're taking to hip-hop right now. I'm talking about what's relevant to us as Bostonians, as people who live in Boston and go to Boston events, and people who support Boston music, and what's relevant to us as people who are interested in the Boston life through hip-hop.
Beats, Rhymes, and Life is basically a female's point of view on hip-hop, I would say, but also just, you know, it just happens to be 3 dope girls that come in every Thursday and represent the Boston scene and interview people who are doing things in the scene that are positive and that are worthy of mention and that might not get mentioned, you know, on Jammin' 94.5 or Hot 97 or, you know, even though I see our artists are moving towards that, you know, we've had a few featured on Hot 97, you know, definitely on 88.9 and on Jammin' actually, but we want to really like give them that space to talk about them as an artist and just, you know, kick it with them and help to build the scene back up.
I contribute playing the music. I contribute, I think when I came on board, there was already like a really good dynamic in this room, but there was still something that needed to be incorporated, and I feel like I brought that. I introduced them to some music that they don't know about, and they introduced me to a lot of music that I didn't know about, because I wasn't that up on the Boston local hip-hop scene, and I had no idea there was this much talent.
Beats, Rhymes, and Life, though, is a bone that's about to be a fossil.
I wasn't really getting into the local hip hop, and then they kind of like, it was like an influx of it, and that's all I listen to now. So, and I also bring a ruckus, I think, to the Beats, Rhymes, and Life, because I'm the DJ, and that's my job, is to party. So,
when I was 5, I wanted to be a journalist. Katie Couric was my like idol, and Barbara Walters, because I saw them as strong women doing journalism and going out there and getting the facts and interviewing people. So, you know, I would interview my family. In high school, I did, you know, editor in the newspaper, features editor, so I did a lot on like arty stuff and biographies on people. And then going into college, I wrote for 2 magazines, and I wrote for a school magazine, so 3. And I also worked for the Lowell Sun for 2 years when I was in high school. So I've been writing my whole life. And I started a blog when I was doing PR for a DJ that is, you know, he travels all over the country spinning. And I went to an open mic night and saw an artist from here, thought he was really dope, and just started following him, going to his shows. And then I started realizing that the scene was like really awesome and totally inspiring, and I see these cats out here working so hard, and like I just wanted to do something for them, you know, and just like show people what what I've been seeing and that they're missing out on. And I just feel like there wasn't enough exposure. So I started a blog, Beats, Rhymes, and Life. And I was just writing. I was talking about, you know, their albums, doing critiques and stuff like that, and biographies, taking pictures. And the summer after I graduated Emerson College for print journalism, I was looking for jobs, and I saw a post on Craigslist for a radio show. So I was like, well, I've never touched radio in my life, but, you know, see what happens. So I told them about my blog and what I wanted to focus on, and they brought me in, interviewed me, and gave me the show. So that's kind of how Beats, Rhymes, and Life started. My first day on here was my first day ever doing radio. I just jumped into it just because like I really believed in what the Boston hip-hop scene was doing, and just like their hard work, even though I didn't really know anyone. And I just started going to shows and meeting people and bringing them on the show, and I met Rosie, and then I met Leah, and I just knew from the rip, like off rip, that that's it, the 3 Queen Bees.
No, I was 13 years old when I first wanted to get into DJing because I had a bunch of dudes that were my friends, older brothers that did it, and I was into anything that, you know, girls wouldn't typically get into. So that was like my motivation for everything. And DJing just looked cool, and I already was obsessed with music. I had an awesome music collection by the time I was 13, so now, you know, it was like this was a way to put it to use. So I just kind of saved up for them, got my first set of turntables, taught myself how to spin, got into the art of crate digging, which, you know, I'm glad I got into DJing so young because it was before the digital DJ revolution. So, you know, before Serato came out and before Tractor, you know, there were just the records or the CDs. So I got to learn how to DJ the old-fashioned way. And I still do it somewhat. I use Serato, but, you know, I still have my records. And, so that's how I got into it, and it just kind of became, out of a hobby, it became a passion, and out of a passion, I just knew I wanted to make that my job. So I quit my day job and ended up being in a position of having to make money, and so I hustled my ass off, and I can pay my rent now. So.
Radio, like, it's really symbolic because, like, a lot of people want a voice. And not only do I have a voice that I use 24/7, we all have a voice that we can air for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's, you know, we want to hear what we have to say about X, Y, and Z. It's there. And what really excites me about Beats, Rhymes, and Life is that the fact that we're not just something on series that's getting, like, you know, played and forgotten. We are podcasts, and we are like tangible. Back to the fossil. We're tangible proof of people who live in the hip hop world. Is it a hip hop world that's influenced by the whole spectrum? Yes, and like honestly, like JD and I bump into new shit that maybe you know about for years, but to us is new, and we bring that to people just in case. You know what I'm saying? And we put things together for people who might enjoy that, who might enjoy to be enlightened. You know. And back to the whole fossil thing, like the whole Bone, you know, soon to be fossil. There's a lot of talent and love coming out of here right now. And in the hip hop world, it's something that it's necessary right now. Like every city has gotten to shine. You got the D reppin', you got Pittsburgh, even, you know what I'm saying, holding their flags up. New York always been repping the South, whatever. Let's get crunk, let's do what we gotta do. But what's up with Boston? You know what I'm saying? Like. Because Boston, I mean, half of the people that live here are wanderers, travelers, people who come here for school, and half of the people stay here all the time. How is that hip hop, you know, different than for example what's going on in New York and other places? And I feel like right now it's a peaking point into Boston being relevant because of the internet. You know what I'm saying? Because Bostonians are very close to home. Bostonians don't want to go anywhere. They want to do it here, but what we have now is a megaphone, a photograph that we can share with people, and it's the internet. You know what I'm saying? It's this right now. You're probably gonna watch it on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's what's cool, is that Boston is kind of like, has always been this like Machu Picchu fucking city where you gotta run up a hill type of shit to get to it. And now I feel like with the hip hop scene, we're giving it eyes and ears and all sorts of jazz. So, and like, I'm so happy to be part of this, and I'm, you know, like I'm happy that a Boston native thought of doing this, and me as a New Yorker and having the eyes that I have, you know what I'm saying, for hip hop, New York being one of the, you know, top spots, blah blah blah. New York hip hop is like what you breathe. Like, I didn't notice that there was graffiti everywhere until I went with JD to New York, and we spotted in every building graffiti, graph. I didn't notice I liked hip hop until I was 15, and I was raised on it. You know what I'm saying? So like coming with this perspective and like mingling with JD and with Leah and like listening to like what their perception of hip hop is versus mine and coming, you know, bringing it all together, that's what Beats, Rhymes, and Life is. You know, it's hip hop from all different angles. From any angle you want it, you got it. You know, and you got 3 women holding it down, and fucking a collectiveness of 4 or 5 dudes come in every week to just talk to us. You know what I'm saying? Out of respect, you know? And like that shit right there, that's that shit. That's that shit. That is that shit, dude. That's respect, you know, and we got that right here. And you know what I'm saying? Whether you with it or you're not, that's what it is.
Shoot the school, homie. I'm just hoping the cops don't put their hands on me. I smell like a pound.